Hey there, welcome back, you guys. Before I get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you have not already done so, and don't forget to ring that notification bell because you don't want to miss out on all the cool future projects that I have in store for you guys. For this video, I have a couple of really pretty pastel themed Valentine's DIYs to share with you guys, and I think you're going to love them. They turn out so stinking cute, so let's just get started. For the first project, I'm going to be making a couple of tiered trays, and I'm going to be using 3 of these candle holders from Dollar Tree, and then 3 of these heart-shaped trays that are from the 99-cent only store. I have a pink one, a blue one, and a purple one. I just really loved all 3 of these colors. They go really well together, and they just scream, you know, Valentine's. I love it. So I'm going to start with my E6000 and hot glue combo, of course, and I'm just going to get a little bit of the E6000 on there, and then I'm taking the hot glue and putting it in between the E6000 dots, so that way each of the glues have a chance to do what they need to do without, like, you know, their chemicals being compromised by mixing with each other. So I'm going to put on the first one, and I did the pink one first, and I left it on one of the candle holders. I really wanted to give each of these kind of like 2 different dimensions, so I did 1 candle holder and then 1 little tray for the first tiered tray, and then for the second one I'm going to be using the leftover 2 trays and the 2 candle holders, and I'm going to stack those on top of one another, and that way that way it gives it a 2-layered, you know, tiered tray. So I have one that only has the first layer, and then the second one has the 2 layers on it. And I just, again, I really wanted to give this some different like height and dimension between the 2 of these. But yeah, that was all there was to these ones, and here's how they turned out. I love them. Again, I really like the light pastel colors of these. That's kind of like the whole theme of this video, and I just really think the colors are just super cute. Alright, on to the next couple of projects. I'm going to be using 4 of these gift bags that are from the 99-cent only store, and as you can see, the back side has the more like pastel colors that are just flat or like a matte color. The top of the bag has the more like holographic metallic looking type of colors on the front, so I don't want to use those. I want to use the ones that are on the back side. So I'm just taking the first bag, and I'm going to cut out that little middle XOXO part, and I'm just cutting right along the edge. I do take it all the way to the top, but then I end up trimming off the excess off the top just to kind of make it more rectangular and more like even to one another. And I did that for all 4 of the bags. I just did the others off camera for you. And then I'm taking 4 of these 8x10 canvases from Dollar Tree. They're flat canvases, and then some of this cardstock that's from Michael's, and I want to cut the cardstock to fit the size of the canvas. So I'm just taking a razor blade and my cutting mat and just going along the edges just to trim off the excess cardstock, so that way it fits you know, nice and flush onto the canvas. And then I'm taking a glue stick, and I'm just applying that all over the canvas, and then I'm just placing that brown cardstock right on top of there and just making sure, you know, that it's all like nice and adhered. If there's some spots that come up, you just take your glue stick and apply a little bit more glue and then press it down, and so forth. So next I'm going to be working with the first little piece of paper, the XOXO one. And I trimmed up some of the excess off of that because I want to put it in the middle of the board, but I still want to have some of the brown showing around the edge to give it like a frame type of look. So I'm just trimming that down to where I kind of see fit, taking more of the glue and then just gluing that right into the middle of that board. And here's what I have so far. You can see how it has that brown like edge around the XO part. And then I'm going to be taking some of these flat bamboo sticks, and I'm just going to cut them to fit around the XOXO paper and not the brown like cardstock paper. And I just want to really add to like the framed look that I was going for. So cutting them to fit, and then I'm just going to be taking some of my white Waverly chalk paint and giving those a couple, I can't talk today, couple good coats of that white Waverly chalk paint. So once I had those coated and the paint had time to dry, I'm just going to be taking some hot glue and gluing those around the XOXO paper and just really adding to that framed look that I was going for. And then my last little step to complete the look of this little sign or board, I am going to take some jute twine and some raw beads and just add a little cute beaded hanger to the top. So I'm just kind of stringing on the beads until I liked the length of it, you know, and then once I was happy with it, I'm just going to take some hot glue and glue each of those edges right onto the back of the board, trim off the excess, and boom, bada bing, done. Here is how it turned out. Super, super cute. Love it. Adorable. I really just feel like it just has a really cute, like, neutral vibe to it, but, you know, with the pop of pink in the middle. Love it. Still screams Valentine's, but it's very on the more, like, neutral side, which I absolutely love. It'll go with, like, any of your decor. So next, I am completing the rest of the bags, but in their own separate ways. All of the steps are pretty similar, just a couple of tweaks here and there. So for this one, I left the board white. I did not put the brown cardstock on there, and then I glued the second type of bag right in the middle using some Mod Podge, and then I'm going to be taking some sandpaper and just kind of sanding and roughing it up a little bit. I really wanted to give this one like a distressed type of feel, and I don't know, I just really love the way that it turned out. So I'm emphasizing most of the corners, and then I go along the middle of the sign as well. Once I was happy with the sanding, I'm taking some more Mod Podge just to kind of seal it all in. That way the edges don't start to come up, you know, where I was sanding. So I just took the Mod Podge, sealed it. I also did add a beaded hanger to this one. And because this pattern of the bag was kind of just a little bit more on the plain side, not really too much to it, I did decide to add some of these wood cutouts from Dollar Tree. And so I just took 2 of those because I'm making 2 different signs, but I'm going to be using, you know, 1 heart on each of the signs, and I painted them in my white Waverly chalk paint. And once those were dry, I'm just going to take my hot glue and glue those directly into the middle of each of the signs. And then I did decide to add a little jute bow to go right in the middle to cover up that hole that's on each of the hearts, because they are supposed to be like a garland, so they have that hole for the jute to be strung in there, but I wanted to cover it up. And you can see this is how that one turned out. I love this one too. I think it's super cute with the distressed marks, and the little heart in the middle just really brings everything together. Here you can see I did the other one similar to the first one, where it has that white frame and it has the brown background to it, but it's the same pattern of that bag that I just finished. So it has the heart in the middle, the wooden heart. And again, I just really feel like this adds to the character and just kind of brings that look together. And then the last little sign that I made was again with the XOXO pattern, and I put it on the white background, and then I distressed it like I did for the second sign. And I just really love the way that these ones turned out. I just kind of wanted to give you guys like a couple of ideas and like styles that you could do for these gift bags, and you know, just kind of change it up just to make them look similar but different. And I really love the way that they turned out. Alright, on to my last project, and I really love this one too. So cute. I'm taking a couple of these gnomes from Dollar Tree, and I really just don't like their colors and the way that they look right now. I think the paint job is just really kind of shoddy and just all over the place. So I am going to add some Valentine's type of colors, and then I'm just going to give them a much better paint job than what they originally have, and I think they turn out so good. For this first little guy, I am starting out with a couple shades of pink and purples, and then I am also adding some white. So I do his hat first. I kind of start at the top, and then I just work my way all the way to the bottom. So next, I cleaned up his skin tone. We have a peach colored friend, and then after that, I went to his little beard, had to clean up his beard, just a nice solid white color, and I did do his little eyes, his pupils. Next, I colored his jacket purple, and then I did his pants white. I love it's like nice and clean. You got better lines. It just already looks a little bit cleaner and just well put together. And then last but not least, I did his belt and his little shoes and then his little belt buckle, and this is how he turned out. And then I did a little chocolate colored friend as well, and he has a purple hat and a nice mint colored jacket with pink pants, and then he has the black belt and black shoes. And don't worry about his hat, I already had to fix him. I'm gonna have to fix him again. It kind of broke off, but it's okay. Easy fix. But this is how they turned out, and I think they complement each other really well. I absolutely love them. I think they are so adorable. My daughter is obsessed. She loves them just as much as I do. So I painted them, and then I just decided that I wanted to take them one step further. So I'm taking a couple of these heart picks from Dollar Tree and my drill, and I'm just using a drill bit that's like basically the same size as those picks, and then I'm just going to drill straight down into like the top of their hand or like right at their thigh area, just so that sticks straight up or like kind of slanted, just kind of looks like it's holding, the gnomes are holding the stick, and it's like a little heart balloon or like a lollipop type of thing. So once I had my hole drilled, I'm just kind of eyeballing, the size of the stick that I want, and then I'm just taking my scissors and cutting that down, and then I'm just going to add the stick into the hole, and I do end up adding some hot glue at the end just to make sure everything is nice and secure and it's not going to fall out. But for the time being, I just stuck, that first little heart pick there into place. Then I drilled my hole for the second gnome and did the same thing. I cut it down, to the size that I was kind of going for. I didn't want it to be too tall and then not too short, so just kind of right in the middle. And then once I was happy with the look of them, I'm taking my hot glue and just gluing those little sticks down into place. And here is how they turned out. Oh my goodness, you guys, how stinking adorable. I added some rosy cheeks to each of them, and I mean, they are so cute. I just want to squeeze them. They're so adorable. Love them. I love the way that they turned out. And they complement the little tray that I made really well. Here you can see kind of how I styled those, in my kitchen on my little countertop area. For the first one, I added some little heart pretzels in there because I thought these trays would be great for, little treats or snacks. You could do cupcakes, you could do some macarons, you can do little donuts or something, and then you can also add some little knickknacks and like the gnomes and just some decorative filler and whatnot. So there's a couple of possibilities there, which I really love. But look how cute they are on the tray. I love it. I love all the colors. Really dig in this whole like pastel colored vibe. Absolutely super adorable. Love it. Let me know what you guys think of them down below in my comment section. And here is another look at all 4 of those signs that I made together. I think these are so adorable as well. You can, place them all over your house. You can place them in the same section. You can hide the beaded hanger if you want, like hanging down the back, to stand them up on a bookshelf or just a shelf. You can hang them whatever you please. I wanted to show you some different styles, like how one has like a framed type of look with a little heart in the middle. The other ones have just like a distressed look. So many possibilities, but hopefully you guys love these ones too, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That is all I have for you guys. Thank you so very much for watching, and again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. I will see you guys next time.